Hi everyone. I wanted to update you on our IUI today. Um, because I know that there are some people who wanted an update, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So I took my trigger shot um, on my birthday on the 10th at 9 p.m. Didn't even feel it. It was fine. Um, haven't really felt any negative or adverse effects to it. Honestly, the Clomid was the worst for me. I think I had like a headache like almost every day afterwards, like not even taking it, or when I was taking it, because it's only 5 pills. So I had a headache, and then was beyond exhausted, like trying to drive to work and falling asleep. So that was not fun. But we managed to do it. So, anyways, we went in this morning around 7:45. I think we had to drop the kiddos off at 5:45 at the babysitters, and it was super foggy. So I'm glad we made it. So Chris did his thing first, and then we just kind of waited for them to like wash his specimen, and then they called me back, and it was probably like the actual procedure took maybe 3 minutes, honestly. So we went back there, and there's a lot of like verifying. So you have to like verify the specimen tube with the label on it, and you have to like initial things. So it's obviously liability when they've got several people in there, doing samples and things like that. They want to make sure that everything's correct. So you take the time to do that. I was very afraid that this, because again, they put the specimen, his specimen up all the way into my cervix to kind of eliminate the space between where it needs to get like to the egg. So I was nervous it was going to hurt. This was actually the first time we got to meet our doctor, Dr. Zoltan. We love her. She's fantastic. She was very kind. She had a resident with her who was very kind as well. And so Chris came back with me. He wasn't sure he wanted to, but willingly did that. So I was really appreciative. And then I got nervous thinking, oh, maybe he shouldn't come back with me, because what if it hurts and I cry or something? Not that he hasn't seen me cry, but I don't know, just trying to be strong and tough. And so thankfully it didn't hurt. The most uncomfortable thing was the speculum, which is normally uncomfortable to me. So it wasn't bad. So we went in there, and she's like, all right, here's his sample, and she's like, here's his number. He had 87 million after it was washed. And we were like, excuse me? What? Like, he had 87 million. She's like, yeah, that was fantastic. She said, you have to have 5 million to do this. So Chris got a little high five. Way to go, champ. For doing his job. And then they went ahead and used the, I don't know what you call it. People call it a turkey baster for lack of a medical term, but it was a really long tube up in there. And it really didn't hurt. And then I'm like, okay, so do I need to wait here? And she's like, nope, you're good. Get dressed. And I was like, so I can use the restroom? And she's like, yeah, you're fine. She's like, if you can, you and Chris need to co-mingle the next 2 days if you can, just to increase our odds. And so we're like, oh, okay, that's it. Great. So you have to have a full bladder with that. So that was probably like the worst for me, because I was like drinking water. So I still have my cough a little bit. And so I was drinking water to kind of like help that. And I have a dry mouth. And without having to be able to go to the bathroom, it took a while. So I had started drinking water at like 7:15 or no, 5:15ish, and I was finally able to relieve my bladder at around 9:30ish, 9:20. So that was a good time. So we left and went and grabbed some breakfast. We're pretty excited, and it was so nice because he like was kind of talking about, oh, I can't wait to have another little baby in my arms, and so that really warmed my heart. When we were joking, he didn't finish his bacon. And he's like, do you want to eat this? You know, you might be eating for two. So it just made me laugh. So the worst thing that is happening right now, well, number one, I'm exhausted, but I think I'm exhausted because I didn't really sleep last night because I was so nervous. And then we had to get up super early to get the kids to the babysitters, which is like half hour out of our way, the opposite direction, and then to Canton. So I think that's part of it, but also I'm super like there feels like there's a lot of gas buildup in my lower, like where my ovaries would be, like down in my stomach, that area, or my abdomen, I should say. My stomach's not there. So that is the worst that I'm feeling at the moment. So, I guess I'll take that. I'm sure it's normal, to just, I didn't even feel crampy. It's like, it's just bloated. It's like there's just some pressure down there. So they basically said that, 2 weeks from today, I need to do a pregnancy test, a home pregnancy test. If that is positive, then I need to call them, and they will set up a blood test, to confirm. If it's negative, then we will have to, we'll just do the next cycle if that's what we choose to do. So we're hoping that this one's positive and that we can be done, because that would be fantastic. But I don't know, in my life, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's times that people have prayed for me, and pray for me every day. My parents are one of them. But I don't know that I've had this type of response from just people in every aspect. Our preacher, who I grew up with, he's 2 years older than me, I think. We've been friends for a long time. Texted Chris and I just out of the blue, like this beautiful prayer and words of wisdom and peace, and let us know that he loves us and he's praying for us. And like, how are we people that deserve that? I don't know. I have to stop because I'm tearing up already. I had 2 sister-in-laws reach out, specifically saying they were praying for us and they were very excited. I had a friend who I used to go to church with reach out and say that she was praying for us. And even our patient navigator, who I talk to, sets up my appointments and things like that. She's like, thinking of you guys today. And there's been so many people like on Facebook that have reached out, and who said that they are praying for us too. And it's fantastic. It honestly makes me have like this wave of like peace and calm over me, which is important. If for anyone who's ever, tried to get pregnant. And, I have 2 friends who have been through the same thing as me. And so they're like great fountains of knowledge, and kind of helping me figure out how to do this, and like being support and letting me ask questions, and not making me feel dumb for asking those questions. So, just like when people say it takes a village, and I think we all know that, and we think mostly like it takes a village to raise kids, and yes, it does. It takes a village to make it through this life, regardless of what you're going through. And so it's just been such an incredible blessing to know that we, Chris and I are on so many people's hearts and minds, who want the best for us, but also believe that this is in God's hands, and that when he's ready for us to be parents, that's when we're going to be parents. And, praying for that peace of mind for us, and the safety, that God watches over us during this. So that's been a huge thing. So, now we're in the 2-week wait. I will be working, and when I'm not working, I'll be keeping my mind busy. So I ordered some, embroidery kits. I wanted to try that. I need something new, because when Chris works on the weekends, I just get so bored at home. And I don't just want to watch TV or look at my phone. And sometimes I just don't want to leave the house either. So, I got that. And then I've had, I'm going to do some baking. I had a special request for some apple bread, some more apple bread, so I'll be doing that. And then there's some work things that I can like throw myself into too. So, but I will not be buying a pregnancy test before, so let's see, today's the 12th. So the 26th, I will not be buying a pregnancy test before the 26th. I will buy a pregnancy test on the 26th. Or maybe the day before, but have Chris lock it up. Just to be safe. I'll just be keeping my mind busy. If I feel like I need some therapeutic relief, I may record some video of what I'm doing just to keep my mind busy. So again, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the support. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, good vibes, baby dust, prayers. Just thank you. If you want to keep sending it, we would greatly appreciate that. And we will see where this goes.